Hi! If you don't know, my name is Leela and I'm an American exchange student living in Germany. Today, I'm going to be talking about the full scholarship program I applied for and how you can apply to it to get a chance to live in Germany for 10 months. I'll explain what the program is, how to apply, some tips for applying, and other things that I think you should know. So, the Congress Bundestag Youth Exchange is an exchange program between Germany and the United States founded in 1983 under the Reagan administration. This commemorated the 400-year anniversary of the first German coming abroad into what would become the United States. This program essentially serves to be a cultural exchange in order to strengthen the bond between our two countries, ours meaning Germany and the United States. But rather than being focused around politics, the goal of this exchange program is for members to share their culture with each other and allow for everyday citizens to form a bond with their reciprocal country. So for example, I'm in Germany and the kids in my school get to learn things about American culture, get to meet some Americans, and I get to learn a lot about German culture and language and all that. This in turn serves to benefit both countries in the long run, as over time, all these hundreds of students that will be doing the exchange ends up being thousands and thousands of relationships every single year. Now, one thing to note, while the program in America is called the Congress Bundestag Youth Exchange, in Germany, it is called the Parlamentarisches Patenschaftsprogramm, or PPP for short. So sometimes you will hear people refer to it as CBYX PPP or CBYX PPP. Now, under CBYX PPP, there are 3 different programs, so I'll get into all of them. But first, there are some things that they all have in common. All 3 of these programs will have a language school for German. This means that you do not have to come into this program knowing German. Of course, it is very useful, so if you have the ability and the time or the resources to, I would suggest taking German in school. You should try to learn it online, try to find people who you can speak German with, even if it's just a little bit. It will definitely help once you get to Germany. That being said, if you do not have the ability to do this, it's 100% okay. You will have a language school in Germany and you will be able to learn. There have been people in my cohort who came into Germany not knowing a word of German and they're already able to communicate with classmates and all that. It really just depends on how much effort you're willing to put in. Alright, so let's get talking about the high school program. So this program is targeted towards students ages 15 to 18 who are either currently in high school or have just graduated. Now, this is a reciprocal program, which means that both Germans and Americans participate and switch countries. So there are 250 Americans who participate and 275 Germans. So within this program, there are several different organizations that help you out. These organizations help to arrange host families, your schools, everything that you need. You don't have to worry about any of that. They still report to CBYX. Now, these organizations are AFS, YFU, ASSE, CIEE, and each organization only accepts 50 kids, with the exception of CIEE, as it is the biggest and it is split between 2 German programs. It takes 100 kids and evenly split between the 2 programs. Your organization, or region as they call them, depends on which state you are from. Now, in this program, you will have a quick 2 or 3 days in DC for a pre-departure orientation before you head to Germany, where you will spend 4 weeks in a language camp. Now, each region will have a different language camp in a different location. After your language camp, you will be dispersed across the country and spend the rest of your time in a real German high school. Now, whether you actually have to do the work in school and actually get grades depends on your situation. If you have already graduated, or if you are willing to repeat your grade, you don't technically have to work to get grades. However, if you do plan on getting credit for this school year while you're in Germany, you will have to do all the schoolwork and you will be graded on it. However, I would highly suggest just participating regardless of whether you have to do the work or not, because 1, it'll improve your German skills, 2, it'll improve your relationship among your peers, and 3, it'll keep you from being really bored. And that's pretty much all I have on the high school program. The second program is the Young Professionals program, and this is for students ideally between 18 and 24 years of age. This program is also reciprocal and sends 75 American and German students each. Now, I don't know a ton about this program, but I do know that it also has a language camp, and you spend time in both a German university and at a German job. If you're already out of high school in college right now, or you've finished college, then this is definitely something you should try to apply for. Now, last but not least, is my program, the vocational program. The vocational program is the smallest program of all of them. It is not reciprocal. There are only American students who participate in this, and there are only 25 of us total. This program is intended for high school graduates between 18 and 19 years old, so it is very specific. This program is really cool in my opinion because it's sort of like a mix between the two programs from before. For the vocational program, we spend 3 days doing a pre-departure orientation just like everyone else, and then we head off to Germany. There we are in a language camp for 8 weeks in Bonn. So our language school is a bit longer than everyone else's, but this also provides for an excellent opportunity to get to know everyone in your program a lot better, as well as improve your German language skills. While we are in Bonn, we do have a host family. So unlike the high school program where they stay in a castle or hostel, we have a host family for those 2 months. Then, after the language academy is complete, we go to our different places across Germany. We will have a long-term host family as well. Once we are in that long-term host family, we do attend a German school for 3 months until the winter break. Then, after that, you will be doing internships. Those internships could be literally anything you'd like. So you could work at a hospital, with a film studio, at the Goethe Institute, with a music company, whatever you like. You do have to apply for these internships yourself, but there will be help for all of that. In the Language Academy, we do have sessions where we talk about resumes, cover letters, all that. However, your host family will be your biggest resource for this. So definitely speak to them about your interest and what you would like to apply to, because they are going to be the ones to help you the most. So one thing about these internships is you will have at least 2 of them. The reason for this is that an internship in Germany can last a maximum of 3 months. So if you did math, you know that from January to June is more than that. So you will have to do at least 2. But you could also take this opportunity to do 3 or 4 different internships, all for varying lengths of time. So this is definitely something that you could mix and match and do whatever you feel like you'd like. There are a few organizations that you need to know. First, there's obviously the CBYX program, which is just the label where everyone else operates under. But while you are in Bonn, you will be under AIB, which stands for the Akademie für Internationale Bildung. They are the ones who are going to be dealing with everything to do with Bonn. So language school, your short-term host family, anything that happens while you're at the language school is going to be AIB related. Then, the second that the language school ends and you head off to your long-term host family, you're going to be reporting to ODI, Open Door International. They're going to be dealing with everything relating to schools, internships, your host family, and your long-term location. So that's who you're going to be communicating with starting in October. Now, to apply for all 3 programs, there are some forms you need to fill out, and I will put the link right in the description. Now, for the vocational program specifically, there is a lot you need to do, so I'll just run through it really quickly. However, there are some requirements you need to meet before you even can apply. So, to be eligible at all, you need to be between 18 and 19 years of age, an American citizen, and have a GPA 2.5 or greater in school. Now, if you meet all of those requirements, you can totally apply. The process seems really complicated, however, it's not as terrible as it seems. It just might take a little bit of time. So the first thing is the application itself. It is a student application which contains a bunch of information such as address, school information. It also contains your questions about hobbies, why you want to apply. So really take your time to answer these questions. There's also going to be an online form which has a ton of similar information which you are going to have to fill out as well. Then there are 2 separate recommendation forms you need to send to 2 different people. One is a nominator. That will be someone like a teacher or an employer, someone who oversees you and can talk about that kind of thing. And the second is an activity leader. So this should ideally not be a teacher. This could probably be a club leader. You're going to want to send them to 2 different types of mentors. Then once you've done that, your teachers will separately send those to whatever the instruction says they need to send them to. You don't need to worry about that. Then comes the easy part. You just need to send your transcript as well as a 2x2 headshot of you. Once you have filled out everything, you simply need to email to the email address that you are provided. And then if you move on further, there will be an interview stage as well as a semifinalist stage. During that semifinalist stage, you need to fill out medical information, passport information, all that pertaining to traveling to Germany. Then Once that's all done, you'll find out if you're a finalist. So you're probably asking yourself, why would I want to apply for this program anyway? Which, honestly, if you're watching this video and you got this far, you're probably majorly considering it, or you just got really stuck down the YouTube rabbit hole. There are actually a lot of different reasons. First, there's the obvious. You know, this program is an exchange program, meaning you have the chance to learn a new culture, a new language, and develop a new worldview. The program is also an amazing opportunity for those traveling between high school and college. Okay, as I was editing this, I realized I explained this very poorly. What I was trying to say is that this program is a really nice transition from high school to college. What I mean is that when you are in college, you have to worry about everything yourself. So you have to worry about food, to worry about bills, classes, all of that kind of thing. But in this program, you don't have to worry about food, don't have to worry about finding a place to stay or anything like that. That is all taken care of you and provided by your host family. However, you still have a lot of freedom, more than you probably would have in high school. For example, you can travel to different countries, you're free to wander around a lot more. So it is a very nice balance from the transition between high school to college. I hope that makes it clear. Additionally, you will have the choice to explore some options for a higher education. If you choose to apply for the vocational program, you are a high school student who hasn't done any college yet, meaning you have the opportunity to think about studying abroad in Germany or any European country for that matter. Furthermore, with the internships you will complete, you will have a chance to explore different career paths. For example, you could do an internship at a video game testing company, and then your next one could be with an attorney. It could literally be anything you'd like. Alright, so here's some advice for you guys. 1, internships. You are going to have to look for those both with your host family and by yourself. You will have adults that are part of ODI, but they are not going to be doing this work for you. You are going to have to do research as to what is available near you and what you are able to do. Some more advice. Sleep is very important. Yes, it is really fun to go out with your friends, but you should probably prioritize your health over doing that every night. Some days it's totally okay to just do nothing and just sleep for 10 hours. Other things. Medication. If you require medication for any reason, make sure you take care of all of that before you head to Germany. There are some medicines that you can buy once you're in Germany, but you cannot bring them with you. So you need to make sure you get your doctor's approval, you need to get all those forms signed, so get that done as soon as possible. Also, your friendships are going to be the thing that make or break this for you. While you can, try to make friends with all the people in your program. These are going to be friendships that will last for life if you can really cultivate them. Take every opportunity you see. Some things you might not be sure if you'll like them, but it'll turn out to be awesome in the end. So it's worth it to go ahead and try. Alright, you can do pretty much all the things you want to do as long as you are able to balance it with the things you have to do. So for example, when you're in Bonn or when you're at school, you will have to do things like be with your host family, do your schoolwork, all of that, and especially complete some ODI duties such as filling out monthly forms, reporting back to them, keeping them updated. And as long as you're doing that, you have freedom to do a lot of things. So take those opportunities while you can. And that's pretty much all I have for you guys. I'm sorry this is like a really long and not so interesting video, but I hope it was helpful to some people. Yeah, hopefully next week will be a little bit more exciting. But yeah, bis später. But they will be, but some, but, bleh.